Good evening, guys. Audible? Okay, so there is a lot of space here. Come and sit, at least one day come and sit in front. No. So my voice is a little bit different today. Okay, I hope that you are understanding what I am telling. Yes? I think my voice is not so that bad that you are not understanding my words. At last audible, right? Okay, so don't worry. So because of my throat, so I'll be leaving you guys early today. Okay, but I please maintain silence. Whatever it is there, the topics that which I wanted to convey to you guys for today. So I will convey it. So once that is done, I will leave you guys. But please maintain silence. Fine. So in the last class, what we have discussed. So my SQL only, I know it. What topic we have discussed? So about the constraints we have discussed and about the auto increment mechanism we have discussed. Okay, so in the constraints, how many types of constraints we had? So what are those? Not null, unique, check, default, primary key and composite, foreign key. So in the list that we will not be giving as a composite primary key. Why? Because we know that by using a primary key only, at last what we have to do, we have to tell it as the two keys or two columns which we wanted to be included as one key, that we have to specify where we have to specify in the primary key. So again, that also should not be present as a column level, that should be present as a table level. So this also we have discussed that. So two types of constraints that what we have is, one is column level constraint and one is table level constraint. So column level in the sense, first we will be telling a column data type, then immediately that we can tell what? We can tell the constraints. But when it comes to the table level, always that has to be what? That has to be present at the last only. You cannot tell them along with the columns. So that is why we tell them as what? As a table level constraints. In that the example is, one is foreign key and one is composite primary key. If you have seen, composite primary key also we have given at last only. We have not given as an individual for our columns. Fine, so this is how that you need to differentiate between what? Between the column level constraints and the table level constraints. So now we have to see the other kind of an operations, and before that we have also seen about what? Auto increment, right? So basically what is an auto increment? It is one mechanism. Okay, where suppose any numbers that whatever that I have, if I wanted to generate the sequence of numbers, so then what we have to do? We have to go with the auto increment mechanism, and where we have to provide that mechanism? While creating the table. So that also I said, follow the standard. First tell the column name, then tell the data type, then tell the constraint, then give the mechanism. This also I said, first if you tell auto increment, then primary key also it will be working, but follow it properly. Always give the column first, data type, then give a constraint, then rest. If any other mechanisms that if you wanted to give at last. So this is what that we have seen, and we have seen that how that numbers was getting generated automatically. Fine. So now we have to see the other kind of an operations that are present, and this other kind of operations that what we have, this is very much important. See, so many days, like whatever the operations that we have done, almost we have spent of a lot of time on creating a tables, and in that we have only seen about inserting a data and fetching a data. Again, fetching a data, it is only selecting everything and displaying, but apart from that we did not do anything. Apart from that, we did not do anything. We were just creating a database, we were just creating a tables, we were just describing our tables. This is what that which we have done. But apart from this, we have the other kind of an operations also which you have to know related to the structure of your table and related to the data which is present inside the table. So what is that, what are the operations that if you wanted to know here in the sense, see, in the last class we have created one table, right? So which is the table? We have created a student table. Yes, So we have created one sample table also for an octo increment as a details. So that also we have created. Now based on either of this one table only, I'll show you the operations that what and all that you can do with respect to the table and with respect to the data that is present inside a table. Why? Because being as a developers, whenever you are trying to perform any kind of an operations, these are the basic operations which you have to know. Why? Because every time, see, if I wanted to create one table, if I created as a student a table, later if I think that no, one column I forgot to give in my table. So what was only one option we had? To remove that table, again create that table. So that is what operation that we have done. But every time that is not possible, right? What if your table contains 20 columns, 30 columns, only because of one column will you remove everything? No, see, we can, if at all, if you are removing also, what if there is a lax together of data in that? Again, will you sit and type all that data? No. So this is not the right approach. So alternate that we have to see. So that is why based on the structure of a table and based on the data that what is present inside our table, we can do a certain different operations, where it will allow us to do all this kind of modifications by using a commands. So what are those operations, what are the scenarios can be there, one by one we will be saying it with respect to the structure of the table and the data which is present inside the table. So here I'll go to the command prompt. Okay, so first I will redirect. So which is our database? It is July. B1 is our database. And here I will tell as I just wanted to check what are the tables. So I will be telling here as show tables. So you can see that these are the tables I have. Department, DEPT, details, EMP information, faculty and student. So now I'll just describe the student table here. So in this particular table, what and all columns I have here? 4 columns I have. What and all I have? I have an ID, I have a name, I have an age and I have an institute. Now to this table, I forgot to give one column. That is a gender column. I am just giving an example. So I forgot to give what? I forgot to give one column. See, this is already my existing table. If it is a new table, then inside that new table, by following the same process or approach, I can give it. But now we are talking with respect to already the table which is existing. Already I have, but that column I don't have here. But that column is important for me now, which I did not give, but I want that column to be present inside my table. So how do we give that particular modification here? How do we do or how do we add that particular column to our existing table? So that is what that we have to see. Again, here I will not drop a table because that is not the right approach. I should not drop a table because every time dropping a table, it is not a right approach. That is what I said. If I have a multiple columns, if I have a multiple records, should I keep on removing my table always? No. So that is why we have the other commands. So what is my requirement right now that I have here? What is the requirement I have now? Now I wanted to add one column to my existing table. Again I am repeating, it is to an existing table, not to the new table. It is what? It is an existing table. So how to add that particular column into our existing table? As I said, whatever that column, whatever operations that we will be doing here, definitely we have to do them by using what? By using the commands only. Whatever operation, let it be whatever it is, we have to do it what? We have to do it by using the commands only. So now if I wanted to do that particular operation, what is that operation? I wanted to add one column into my existing table. Again that will be what? That will be the new column. So to do that, I have one command here called as an alter command. So what command I have here? Alter command. Why I am using this? Because now I am altering my structure of the table. So what I'm doing now, I'm altering the structure of the table. By doing what? By adding one more column to my existing table. So here I will tell as alter. I am doing an alter. So which what I wanted to alter here? Table. It's a table only, right? Inside a table only, I want to add up a column. So here I'll be telling as what alter. What I want to alter? I want to alter a table. And I have a multiple tables. Which table I want to alter? I want to alter a student table. I want to alter what? I want to alter the student table. Now, when I am altering this, what is my major task? What is an important task that I have to do here? I need to add up a column. So for that, I have one keyword here called as an add. So what I am telling here, alter. What I want to alter? One table. What is the name of the table? Student. What I wanted to do? I want to add one column. So I am telling here as what? As add. And whatever column that you wanted to add, that column you have to tell here. Now, I wanted to add what? I wanted to add the gender column. Because that column is not present in my existing table. So I said here as what? As a gender. And this is a new column or this is an old column? This is a new column. So tell me, without a data type, can I make this enter inside my table? No, data type is very much important, right? See, column name and data type is very much important for a table. Without a data type, you cannot only just give a column. And since this is a new column, definitely we have to provide the data type. And for that data type, if size is required, that also we have to provide. So here gender is there. Gender I wanted to insert a single character only. So I will tell here as a char data type. And size here I will be giving as 1. So this is how that I will be giving. So what I am giving here, alter table student add. What I want to add? I want to add a gender column and what is the data type of that. So this is a statement that where you can add a new column to your existing table. So I'll give a semicolon, I'll click enter. You can see that there are no errors. It has been executed successfully. Now, how do I check that whether this column is added or not? Select. See, if data is there, if I wanted to select, but if column is added or not, should I tell a select? I can describe my table, right? If I describe my table, what are the fields I have, what is the data type I have, clearly it will be showing it to me. So here what I'll do, I'll describe my student table. See, previously when I described my student table, nowhere I have an gender column here. But now I will describe here. So here I will tell as describe student. Now can you see the gender? Can you see a gender and can you see the data type that what is present here? So this is how that we have to give. So every time if you wanted to add any column, you no need of dropping your table. What you can do, you can add it by using a commands. So what command we are using here? Alter command. Along with that, what keyword we are using here? Add keyword. And this is a syntax that how we can add one particular column into our existing table. So this is how what we have to do, we have to add up. So now next, whatever here, I have a name. Next my requirement, I have a name here, this is my column. Now I want to rename this particular column. Already it is there, name whatever it is there, I want to change that as a first name. You understood the requirement? In my existing table, there is already one column called as a name column. But I wanted to rename that as what? As a first name. That also I can do it. And this operation again, where I am doing, not in the new table, in my existing table. So for this also, we have what? We have a command. So what is that command is? It is same that it is an alter command only. So what command it is? It is an alter command only. Same, what I want to alter? I want to alter a table. And then what should I tell? I should tell the name, name of that particular table. Then here, what I wanted to exactly here, I wanted to rename. So to do that, we have a keyword called as a rename keyword. But here, one thing that you need to observe and know here, that is, whenever we are adding up a column, we have never specified specifically as I am adding a column. We have not said. But when you are renaming it, it is important for you to tell it specifically that you are renaming one column. So what you have to tell? You have to specifically tell that what you are renaming. So here, that column keyword that what I have to use here. So what I have to tell here? I have to tell here as renaming. What I am renaming here? One column. And which column I am renaming? Whatever the name is present in my student table, that I wanted to rename as what? As a first name. So what I am telling here, I want to alter a table. I am giving a name of the table here, and then I am telling that I am renaming. What I am renaming? Column. So this is my old column name to what that I wanted to change. So tell me here, giving a data type, is it mandatory? Should I give a data type here? No. Why? Because already this column is present along with the data type. What I want only the name to be changed. I don't want anything else. I want only the name. So when you are renaming that column name to your existing table, you no need of telling any kind of the data type here specifically. So directly you have to tell it as what? Rename column name. That is an old column name to what is that new column name that you wanted to be present. So here I will give a semicolon, I will click on enter, you can see that it has been executed. So now if I wanted to check, what I can do here? Describe. If I describe, easily it will show me whether it has been changed or not. So here I will tell as describe student. Now can you see name I have or first name I have? First name. Before what we had a name. Now what we have? We have a first name. Why? Because we have renamed our column. So same, by using this alter only, what I can do? I can rename my column in the existing table. Again, we are not creating any kind of a new tables here. Whatever table we have, that only we are altering. That only we are making up changes. And understand, whatever changes that you are doing here, it is permanent, means it will be affected. It's not like it's a temporary, no, it will be affected. So whenever you are changing it, make sure that you think properly whether what you wanted, based on that you keep on changing up the things. So what are the two requirements we have seen? Adding a column into the existing table, then renaming a column in the existing table. So these are the two things. Now next, I want to change the data type. What is my next one? I wanted to change my data type. Now ID is present here, and what I have there as an int. So if I wanted to change that as a varchar, I can change it. But one thing that you need to make sure is, whenever you are changing the data type, make sure inside that particular column, data means different type of the data should not be present. From the varchar, can I change it to an integer? From the character, can I change to an integer? Assume that already inside my column, I have a character or sequence of characters. Now if I change that to an int, will that be a proper? No. So that kind of changing, it will not be allowing. So whenever you are changing a data type, whenever you are changing, make sure that data type will be matching with the data if already the data is exist. If no data is present, you change to whichever you want. Change from int to varchar or from varchar to int or a date, whatever you want, you can change. But you have to think if the data is present inside a student table. So now here what I will do, whatever the gender it is there. Why? Because in the student table already we have inserted a value. In the last class, we have already inserted a value. So here, that is why this gender, whatever it is there, here I have what data type here? Char data type. Now I will change this to the varchar. Already I have given a char, but now what is my requirement? I wanted to change this to the varchar. So that is also possible. So here, how to do that thing? Now, whatever changing a data type we are doing it for the existing table only. So same command only we have to use. So we have to tell here as what? As an alter. And then we have to tell here table. So what is the name of the table? Student. So now what I wanted to do? I wanted to change my data type. So here to do this task, there will be two keywords which you can use. One is change. One is change. One more we have, that is a modify. There are two things which you can do and do this particular task. One is change. One is modify. I will be using a modify. Why? Because same syntax I can apply for the other requirement also. So that is why I will be using a modify only. If you wanted to try it out with a change, you can try it out with a change as well. But here I am using what? I am using the modify keyword. So here I will tell that what I wanted to do, I want to modify. I wanted to do what? I wanted to do modify. So what I wanted, what that column is what that I wanted to modify. So what you have to do, that column name you have to tell. And again, here you no need of specifically telling as a column. It is only required when you are renaming a column. When you are adding a column or when you are changing the data type, for all this, telling a column specifically not required. It is not involved in the syntax as well. Okay, so here I will tell modify. What I want to modify? Gender column I want to modify. But what? Data type. So here I will be telling as what? As a varchar. And here I will be giving a size as 6. I'll be giving a size as what? As 6. So whenever you are changing a data type, what you can do? You can change that particular size as well. If at all, if you wanted to change. So here I'll give a semicolon here, I'll click on enter, you can see that it has been changed. Okay, so now here what I'll be doing here, I will tell here as describe. Can you see? For a gender, what data type we had given previously? Char. Now what data type we have changed to varchar. So this is how we can change the data type of a particular column in the existing table. Same by using what? Same by using the alter command only. But what keyword I am using here? Modify keyword I am using here. Same syntax only you can also use for changing the size of the data type. Same syntax, that is why I said I will be using a modify here. Why? Because same syntax I can apply for my other requirement also. Now, by using this syntax, what did I do? I have changed the data type. By using the same syntax, I can change the size of the data type also. What I can do? I can change the size of the data type. We have seen that how to add a column. We have seen that how to rename a column. We have seen that how to change the data type. So now we have to see that how to change the size of that particular data type. Again, as I said, it is the same syntax which I have given. So here I'll just tell the same query only here. So I'll tell alter table student. So next here I'll tell as, so I wanted to modify, I'll tell for the gender only, but here I will tell as 8. What I am doing here? Right now size is 6. But how much I am giving here? 8. See, whenever you are changing the size of the data type, always try to make sure that you increase the size. But don't try to decrease it. Why? Because already if data is there, you have given 4 characters. But if you are making it 3 characters, will it be compact? Will it be proper? No. It will not even allow you. So that is why whenever you are changing the size of the data type, make sure that Size always you increase it, but you don't decrease it. Let the size be there, okay, but don't decrease that particular size. So I'll click on enter here. Okay, so I will describe. Now what is the size that I have for my gender? It is 8. Before how much it was there? 6. Now how much it is there? 8. So this is how that what we can do. We can change that particular size of the data type. So what are the 4 requirements we have seen? Adding a column, renaming a column, changing the data type, changing the size of the data type. Now, I want to remove one particular specific column itself. What I wanted to do, I wanted to remove one specific column itself. Now, I have here ID, first name, age, institute, gender I have. Now, I wanted to remove one column. Whichever column it is, you can apply the same syntax, okay, but I am taking here one example, that's all, to showcase you the syntax. So here whatever column that I have given here gender, that column I wanted to remove now. I have added it, but now it is not required to me, I will be removing it. So whenever you are removing a column, make sure again you think it once. Why? Because once you remove, again you cannot get it back. So check with the data, and whenever you are removing a column, if any data is present inside that, that also will be removed. Both the things will be removed. So here, how can we do that particular thing here? Again, it is the same alter command only. So I have to tell it as what? Alter. What I want to alter? Table. So which is that table? Student. Here you need to use one command here. So what is that is? You need to use drop. So what you need to use? Drop. And then you have to tell what is a column that which you wanted to drop. What is a column I wanted to drop? Gender. Now is it required for me to tell the data type? No. Why? Because I wanted to remove a column. What I'll do by keeping the data type? No matter which data type it is. But I don't want that particular column. So that is why here you no need of telling what? You no need of telling any kind of the data type. Directly you can tell a drop and you can tell what is that column that you wanted to remove. So alter table name, drop. What is a column that which you wanted to drop? So you can see that I have removed it. I will describe my table here. Is gender is present now? Gender is present? No. So this is how that what I can do. I can remove a particular column. So I can add up a column also. I can remove a column also. I can rename a column. I can change the size of the data type. I can even change the data type. If you see inside the structure of our table, whatever operations is there, everything we have done. We have added a column, we have renamed a column, we have changed the data type, we have changed the size of the data type, and we have column as well. So this is how that every operation related to what? Related to our structure of the table that we can do it. Okay, now similar manner I can rename my table name as well. This is the biggest challenge that which we have, right? Once we have created with that name, again we cannot create the same table. That is why many times what you have to do, you have to drop a table. You by mistake you have created one table where there is no use, but same name I wanted to use, but I cannot use it. Why? Because already a table with that name it is existing. So only one option we had so far, that is what? That is a dropping of the table. But we can rename our table name as well. What we can do? We can rename our table name as well. So how to do that particular thing here is, so same I have to tell as an alter table. So what should I tell here? Student. This is my old table name. And then I need to tell here as rename to what I wanted to rename. So here I will be telling this as what? This as a student details. So what I am doing? I am using the same command only. So what I am telling here, alter table student, rename to student details. You can see query is okay. Now, if I tell this, will it get executed? Why? Because we have renamed, we have changed our table name. So suppose if I try to do what it is telling, it is telling that the table only does not exist. What it is telling, that the table only does not exist. Why? Because now that the table name only it is not there. Now entirely we have changed it. Now if I want to create again a student table, easily I can create. No need of removing a table, no need of doing anything. Just I have renamed what? I have renamed my table name. So same thing that if I tell as a student details. Now whatever that the columns that we had, that everything that it will be displaying here. So this is how what I can do. I can rename my table name. So you can see that you no need of dropping any kind of a table every time. Every operation, every changes or modification you can do it with respect to your structure of your table. So what and all we have done, we can rename our table, we can add a column, we can rename a column, we can change the data type, we can change the size of the data type, and we can remove a column as well. So this is how what we can do, we can implement all the operations. Similar manner, you can add a constraint also, you can drop a constraint also. By using the same syntax, alter table name, add, and here specifically you need to tell as a constraint. What do you need to tell here? Specifically as a constraint. So this task I am giving it to you guys. Just check with that how you can add a constraint and how you can drop a constraint. If you did not get it, you have to come back and you have to see. Multiple times I have said. If anything you are trying out, if you are not getting it, if I am giving you any kind of a research work, all that, if you did not understand, you have to come back and you have to ask me. So please make sure. See, now recently only, today only one guy has come and said, ma'am, this question that they have asked in the interview, that question I gave them as an assignment, but they have not done the research. So what happened? They did not able to answer in the interviews. So that is why I am telling you, please make sure whatever I am giving you, do a research. After doing it, still if you did not understand, it's your responsibility to come and ask me, get clarified, get the working of that and have a clarity on that particular topics. So you have a time, please do research on that particular thing. So now, whatever operations that we have seen related to what? Structure of our table. Now if I wanted to remove a table completely, table, column, everything, then I can go with the drop. So I can tell as drop table name. So this I can tell it easily. Now whatever so far that we have done here, this thing it was completely related to the structure of what? Structure of our table. What it is related to the structure of our table. Now here I will select and display my data which is present inside my table. So here I will tell as select, then what should I tell? Star, then from student details. So I need to tell here as student details. You can see that this is the data that I have right now. What I have here, this is my records that are present right now, correct? Now, inside this table if you see, for Ramu, I did not specify any kind of an institution name. Right now what it is an empty. Why? Because while inserting, I did not provide any kind of value to that person. But right now I know what value I have to give. So now my task is, I want to remove this null and I want to put here as a Tap Academy. Again, This task, can I do it by using an insert command? If I use an insert command, new record will get inserted, but whatever is present, that will not get updated. If I am using an insert command, what it will do? It will insert a new record. But my task is not to insert a new record. What is my task? Already data which is present, that data only I have to do modification. That data only right now I wanted to do what? I wanted to do the updations. So here, whatever the null I have here, I want to remove this null and I want to update here as what? As a Tap Academy. So this you can do with any data. Here, 19 I have given for Ramu, or consider for Ramya I have given 19. Probably next year she might become a 20. So at that time what should I do? I have to remove this 19 and I have to update this as what? As 20. Why? Because data will keep on getting updations. We have to keep on updating a data, otherwise data will become outdated. And what is the purpose of having an outdated data here? Similarly, for an employee, salary will be there. Salary also will keep on changing. Sometimes if he is working in any project, once that project is done, he will start working in the different project. So that also we have to update, right? From the beginning till last, can we keep only one project name for him? Or only one salary for him? Or only one age? No. So we have to keep on updating that data. That is very much important. Otherwise, our data will be what? Our data will be an outdated data. So to do that task only, for that also we have a command. Now understand, before this what and all we have done, that is related to the structure of our table. Now it is related to the data which is present inside what? Present inside the table. Now, if I wanted to insert a record, how many different approaches that I have? Insertion, how many types of insertions I have? 3 types. So what is the first type? When I have all the columns to be given. Second type, if I don't know anything, I can tell as there as null. That is the second type. Third type, specifically telling the column names and then assigning a values. So these are the 3 types of an insertion, and that also it is related to the data inside our table. If we are inserting a record, what it is? I am inserting to my table. So that also will become what? That also it is related to the data of inside a table. Similar manner, inserting means I can do it by insert command, but my requirement now it is different. That is updating my data. So any value that you wanted to update, you can update it. Right now I wanted to update that for the Ramu Institute, I wanted to change. I want to remove this null and I want to update here as what? As a Tap Academy. So to do that particular task only here, I have a command called as an update command. What command I have here? Update command. So once I said here as an update command, so I need to tell that which table that I wanted to update. Which table I wanted to update? Student table I wanted to update. Student details, yes. Why? Because we have renamed it. So now we have to tell as what? We have to tell as student details. Now, what I wanted, what is my task? Wherever that null it is there for a Ramu, that is in the institute column, that I wanted to remove and I have to give there as what? As a Tap Academy. So that is my requirement now. So for that only now we have to use one keyword here. What is that keyword here? That is a set keyword. I need to tell set. What I have to set? I have to set to a column as an institute as what? As a Tap Academy. So I have to tell as what? As a Tap Academy. See the syntax very carefully here. What I am telling? I want to update. I want to update the student details table. And what I want to set? The institute column value as what? As a Tap Academy. But tell me, is this is for everyone? This is for whom it is? It is only for the Ramu. Don't you think there that I have to specifically tell that it is for the Ramu only? Why? Because if I am not giving that specifically, it will update for everyone. But I don't want to update for everyone. I wanted to update only for a specific person. So, whenever I want these updations for the specific person, I have to give a condition. I have to give what? I have to give a condition. Again, when I tell a condition, you guys might remember about the check constraint. But understand, that is a constraint and that has to be used only while creating a table. Here we are not creating a table. What we are doing? We are performing the updations here. So what we have to tell here is that yes, it is a Tap Academy, but one condition is there. So while writing up your query, if any conditions that you wanted to satisfy, then you need to use one clause here called as a where clause. See again, in the SQL, whatever the things that we have here, everything are an inbuilt only. Everything we can call as a keywords, but it doesn't make like as proper that everything if we call as a keyword. So that is why in every technology you see a different terminologies they will be using. So here also because of that only what they have done is they have segregated. How they have segregated is few of them they have segregated as a commands, few of them they have segregated as an keywords, few of them they have segregated as an operators, few of them they have segregated as a functions, few of them they have segregated as a values. So like that different segregations. So like that here whenever we wanted to give a condition we have to use one clause. What is that clause? Where clause. So again, so that condition if I have to satisfy what I said, we have to use a where clause. But that condition I have to tell here, right? So here can I tell name equals to Ramu? Can I tell name equals to Ramu? What if one more Ramu is present? So can we identify that uniquely to which Ramu that I wanted to update? No. This is why I said that your primary key column is important. Because that is a column that where you can identify the things uniquely. So whenever you wanted to fetch anything, whenever you wanted to do any updations for the specific person, we have to use that unique ID which is present. So that whatever updations it is there, it will happen for a specific person and it will happen for the correct person, not for others. If it is getting updated for others, will it be a valid one? No, it will not be a valid one. So that is why that key attribute, that unique column, it is very important for us. So here I will be telling here as what? As wherever ID is equals to 3. I'll tell wherever ID is equals to 3, for them you set this institute as what? As a Tap Academy. So I'll be telling here as what? Wherever ID is equals to what? 3. So this is how that you have to provide a conditions and you can update your values. So I'll give a comma here, semicolon here, enter. You can see rows 1 match changed 1. So now I will try to fetch my data. So I'll tell you select star from student details. Now can you see null is present inside my table? For Ramu? No. What it is present? Tap Academy. Why? Because we have done the updation. By using which command we have done this? Update command. So any data that you wanted to update. So what you have to use for that? Update command. Now, many of you guys will be having this doubt. Here I had a null. So what did I do? I have updated my data. Now, whatever the data that I have here, I want to remove this data. Did you understand? Here null was there, I have updated to a proper value. Now here whatever value it is there, I want to remove this value. I want to do what? I wanted to remove that particular value, means I want to make that as an empty. I don't want it to present any kind of value here. For whom it is? For the Ramya. So that also I can do it by using this update command only. Understand, in our tables, we will be having a columns, we will be having a rows. That smallest units that what we have inside our table, this are called as a cell. Our smallest units in our table, what we have to tell as cell. So here, if I want to update a value to a cell, if I wanted to remove a value from that cell, I have to go with the update command only. Understand, I am talking with respect to the individual cell data. So now here, same by using a same command. So here I will tell as update student details set. What I want to set here? I want to set here age as what? As null. So what I have to tell here? Null. Why? Because I want to make it as an empty, right? I want to remove. I don't want to give any value here. So I will only specifically tell here as set age as what? As empty. So you make it empty. But this is for everyone? No. If I leave only this much, what it will do? It will update for every column. It will update every cell which is present in the age. But that is not my task. I wanted only for Ramya this operation to be performed. So what should I do here? I have to give a condition. So if I want to give a condition, which clause should I use? Where clause I have to use. So I'll click on enter here. I will tell here wherever ID is equals to 2. Wherever ID is equals to what? 2. So I'll give a semicolon here, enter. So you can see one is matched and one is changed here. So I will tell select star from student details. Now can you see? Do I have a data there? No. What I have there? Empty. Because I removed it. So if you wanted to remove a particular cell value, then you have to go with the update command only. If you wanted to update any particular cell value also, you have to go to what? You have to go with the update command only. This is how you can set also. This is how you can remove also. Same syntax, everything by using an update command only. Only the thing is, if you want to remove, set that as null. Otherwise what? Otherwise give a proper value that is present. So this is how what we can do. We can update the values inside our table on the data which is existing inside the table. So now next task that what I wanted to do here is, how many records I have here? 4 records I have here. Now I wanted to remove the Ramu details. See, already one Ramu is there here. Think that Ramu has left the institute. If he has left it, there is no point of maintaining his detail in our main tables. In main table. So I wanted to remove this entire record, not only name. I want to remove that entire record. You understood? If I want to remove a single cell data, I have to go with the update. Now what is my requirement? It is not single cell data. What it is? It is the entire record. So when I want to remove this entire record, I need to go with one command called as a delete command. If I want to remove one entire column, then which command I have to go with? Alter. Along with alter, I have to tell drop. One entire column. Entire table in the sense it is a drop. One specific column in the sense what it is? Alter. Along with alter, I have to use drop. Now what is my requirement? Entire record. Not a column now. What it is? Now it is a row. Now it is a record. So for that what should I do? I have to go with the delete command. So here I need to tell delete from which table? From the student details table. Now, if I just tell you delete from student details, what it will do is it will remove every record. But that is my task? No. I wanted to remove only the Ramu. That too ID is what? 3. Again, if I tell name equals to Ramu, what it will do? This also it will remove, this also it will remove. But do I want both of them to be removed? No. So that is why here that unique value is important. That unique value, it is mandatory. So here I will be telling as what? Condition. So I need to tell here as what? Wherever ID is equals to 3. If I am not giving a condition, what will happen here? All the records will be deleted. But I don't want all the records. I want only one specific record. So that is why I have to tell here as what? Wherever ID equals to 3. So now I will display it here. Do I have that 3 here? No. What did I do? I have removed that entire record itself. So if I wanted to remove the entire record, specific records, then I have to go with what? I have to go with the delete command. So whenever you want the specific records to be removed, then you have to go with what? You have to go with the delete command. Now, if I wanted to remove all the records which are present inside my table, but it should not affect my structure of the table. I want the structure to remain as it is, but I want all the records to be removed. One option I have, what is that? I have to directly tell there as delete from student details, done. It will remove every record if you are not giving a condition. But the main functionality of the delete command is to remove the specific records. It is not meant to remove all the records. The main functionality of delete command is what? To remove the specific records. But requirement can also be like this, right? I wanted to remove all the records which are present inside the table without affecting what? Without affecting my structure of the table. So in that case, we have one command here called as a truncate command. What command we have here? Truncate command. So what I want to truncate? I want to truncate a table. What is the name of that table? It is a student details table. So this is one of the interview question. What is the difference between the delete and the truncate command? Understand, delete command main functionality is to delete the specific records. But in that, if I am not giving a condition, I can give a condition, but if I am not giving a condition, what it will do? It will remove all the records. But what is the main functionality of the truncate command is to remove all the records. So that is why whenever you are using a truncate command, you cannot give a condition. You cannot give what? You cannot give a condition. Why? Truncate is meant for what? To remove all the records, not a specific record. So this is the difference between what? The delete and the truncate command. In the delete, without a condition also I can execute. Without a condition, if I am executing, it will work same like a truncate. But it is meant to delete what? Specific records. But in the truncate, I cannot give a condition. Why? Because it is meant to delete all the records which is present inside our table. So here I will tell us truncate table student details. Now here I will tell us select star from student details. What I am getting now? Empty set. Why? Because all the records has been removed. So this is how that all the records, but our structure of the table, remains same. So here we can tell easily as what? As describe what? Describe the student details. You can see my structure remaining as it is. So this is also is one of the interview question, that what is the difference between the drop and the truncate command. Drop in the sense it will remove the records also and it will remove the structure also. But what truncate will be doing? It will be removing only the records, but it will not be affecting the structure of the table. So this is the difference between the drop and the truncate command. So all these are very much important. What is the difference between the delete and the truncate? What is the difference between the drop and the truncate? What is the difference between the drop and the delete? Delete is used to remove the specific records, but drop is used to remove everything along with the structure. So all these differences that you should be aware. So this is how that truncate command that which we will be using. So if you see basically here, every operation we have done with respect to the structure of the table also, and with respect to the data which is present inside the table also. So everything that we have done. If you see here, multiple commands we have used so far. Multiple commands we have used what? We have used so far. With respect to the structure of the table and with respect to what? The data which is present inside a table. After this, whatever we will be doing, it will be only with related to fetching of the data. Creation, modification, insertion, updation done. Now what it is? Now it is all about the fetching of the data is what that we have to see. Because managing is all about two things. One is storing our data permanently. Second one is fetching our data efficiently. Now, related to storing, everything we have seen. Related to storing our data permanently, how to create a database, how to create a table, how to do all that modifications related to the structure of a table, how can we insert a data, how can we update a data, how can we delete everything we have seen. So now after this what will be that? It will be only with respect to fetching the data efficiently. See, creation, modification, that is with respect to the structure, and insertion hardly one or twice will be doing. But once we create proper and if we leave it done, what every time frequently we will be doing is fetching up our data. So how to fetch that efficiently, we have to see it. But before that, you need to know and understand that what are the different types of the commands that what we have seen so far. See, in the commands so far, we have seen a create command. Yes or no? Why create command is used? To create a table, right? So similarly here, we have also seen about the alter command. So by using an alter, we have done multiple operations with respect to what? Structure of the table. So next what we have seen? We have seen about the truncate also. We have seen about the drop also. We have seen about the show command also we have seen, right? And similarly we have also seen what? Use command. And then also we have seen about the DESC, that is a describe. In the similar also seen about the insert command. We have seen about the update command. We have seen about the delete command. And we have also seen about a very important command, select command. So all these are the commands where if you see all of them we have used with respect to the structure of our table. Even truncate also, structure we have kept it as it is. Only the records is what that we have removed. So even a truncate also, it is with related to the structure only. And when it comes to this, what is this? This is with respect to the data which is present inside a table. And what is this command? This is to fetch that particular data which is present inside our table. So whatever the commands that we have seen here, this commands has been segregated into the different types. This also is an interview question. They can ask you that insert command comes under which type of command? Alter command comes under which type of command? So this questions also can be present. So understand, whatever the commands that we have seen here, all of them comes under the DDL commands. What is DDL means? Data definition language commands. Why it is called as a data definition? Because if you see all of them, we have used them with respect to defining something. Create, we have used to define our table. DESC, we have used to describe our table. Show, we have used that to define what are the databases that are present inside our system. What are the tables that are present inside our system. So, that is why all of them, if you see carefully, all of them commands, we have worked with the structure of our table. Means defining. So that is why these commands are called as what? As a data definition language commands. Similarly, these commands that whatever we have here, these are called as a DML. Means data manipulation language command. See, I have a 5 records. One more record if I am inserting, don't you think that I am manipulating that inside the table that whatever we have? Yes, because new records I am inserting there. So it is what? It's a kind of modifications. It is kind of manipulating that data or a structure inside our table. Similarly, update we have used for what? Modifications. Delete, why we have used? This also for the modification. And if you see all these things, these are related to the data which is present inside our table. If I want to insert one data, I have to use an insert command. If I want to update one data, I have to go with the update command. If I want to delete one record inside my table, I have to go with the delete command. So that is why these are called as what? Data manipulation language commands. Similarly, this is select whatever we have. This is called as a data query language command. Why? Because by using this select command, we will be querying more. That is, see, you display me this, you select me this. That is what the more number of times we will be doing. And this select command, we will be using for fetching our data. So tell me, querying more we will be doing on creating a table or fetching? Fetching. Why? Because creation, insertion will do one and will keep it. Updations whenever it is required will do. But what frequently we will be doing? What frequently we will be querying? By using a select command. So that is why select command it is called as what? Data query language commands. So these are the different types of the commands that what we have. And apart from this, there are 2 other types as well. One is data control language commands and one is transaction control language commands. So these 2 also I am giving you. Okay. Now why I am giving you this both the things is because that is not the thing that is related to the developers. That is related to the database administrators. But again, if they ask in the interviews, it will become a problem. So that is why make sure that do some research on the DCL commands and TCL commands. Again, I am repeating my statement. If you did not understand, if you did not get the examples, you have to come back and ask me. So what are the 2 different types of commands you have to do? DCL and TCL. So overall, how many types of commands we have? 5. So what are those? DDL, DML, DQL, DCL and TCL. So last 2 whatever it is there, I am leaving it to you guys. Now it's your responsibility. So please kindly do a research and do it. But these commands are clear to everyone? Is these commands are clear? See, in one shot, probably you might not remember all the syntax that what we have. So this you can only remember when you are practicing it multiple times. You have to do errors. You have to learn from them. For that you have to sit to do what? To do the revision. But all these are very much important. Why? Because these are the interview questions. In the interviews, definitely they will be asking, and these are very simple questions. As we go on, complicated questions will be coming. So don't lose an opportunity just by simple questions. Please kindly do the practice here. Fine. So I will be stopping here for today. Okay. So next whatever it is there, we'll see up in the next class. Fine. Thank you everyone. Thank you all.
Open marks.